Minister Youth and Sports, the Honorable Varney Sirleaf, Minister Internal Affairs, Honorable G. Andy Kwame, Mr. Julian Pakie, Chief Marketing and Communication Officer, Orange Liberia, Mr. Supu Cole, Director for Legal and Chief Compliance Officer, Orange Liberia, other ministers here present, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Let me welcome you to this all-important joint press conference held at the Royal Grand Hotel at about this time. And we will tell you as the program goes on what is happening today. But today, history is about to be made again. But let me welcome my co-MC.
Thank you, Yvette. Thank you. And of course, it's so good to be here. This beautiful, important program where history said will be made today. At this time, we will now turn over this microphone or call to this podium the Honorable D. Zioka Woolsey.
Okay, folks, welcome to the National County Sports Meet 2021 press conference. We are here at the Royal Grand Hotel in Cinco on 14th Street, where the press conference is currently taking place.
Distinguished platform guest, my colleague, Minister Pan Sirleaf, Deputy Minister for Education, Audience Smith, members of the Fourth Estate, Deputy Minister Peter Beaman also here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are glad to be here today with Orange. Orange is our prime sponsor for the National County Sports Meet. And this year county meet will commence on December 11th, next week, Saturday, in Agiri County. And so we are here today, Orange, to do its official kickoff as our prime sponsor for the National County Sports Meet. We have continued to enjoy a good working relationship with Orange. We work with the previous team and the new team that have come. It's like they've known us forever. Our working relationship continues, and we are here today. You all know the theme of this year's county meet is commemorating 200 years of togetherness through sports. As Liberia celebrates the bicentennial, we want to make sure that sports is not left out, and that was the essence of the theme that we have for this year's county. So I want to thank you all for coming. I know Orange will tell us more about what all they will be doing for this year's county meet. As usual, they do provide our financial and material support. So I want to thank you so much for being here. And now, over to you.
Well, thank you, Minister D. Zioka Wilson. Next, and as you all are aware that Orange Liberia is indeed the proud sponsor of sports in Liberia, I will call upon the Chief Marketing and Communication Officer, Mr. Julian Pakie, who will give an overview of the activities surrounding this year's National County Sports Meet.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being present today for this invitation and this kickoff for the Council Meet season 2021-2022. Once again, it's always a pleasure to be next to our partners and for this great event. I had a chance last year for the first time to discover the Council Meet, and it was amazing. You see how people are passionate about football, how they are cheering for their clubs, their teams, for this sport that is amazingly federating people. I think we didn't disappoint anyone last year. We said last year during the press conference that it was not. We said last year during the press conference that we will not disclose all the surprise and we keep them a bit for the last minute. Will be more or less the same this year, but I can tell you that last year it was amazing. We gave like a lot of prizes to our customers, a lot of gifts, and a lot of great offers. It will be the same this year, but you have to wait a bit more, one more week, in order to discover everything on our social media, in the newspaper, the radio, and you will see it with the great. Just to tease you a bit, if you think about it, this year there is 2 events that are more or less that are more or less synchronizing together. This is the Council Meet, and then we will have the AFCON in camp, so you can guess what can be the prizes and what we can do this year with the Council Meet. Just for to know, the tickets are for the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and the final. They are on their way. Soon they will be in Liberia. You'll be able to buy them. I invite you to buy them in advance because they're going they are going to be sold quite fastly. So I know that we will put everything in place. We got all these tickets in all our shops, in all our POS, and like that, all customers, all Liberians will be able to buy their tickets, go to the stadium, and enjoy the game. It's an important moment for the Liberian football. Once again, I would like to thank our partner, in this case, the Israeli Minister of Youth and Sports, and all his team for the great support, for the ongoing collaboration that we have for several years, and I hope for the coming next years too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Julian, for giving us the overview of this year company as related to Orange sponsorship. At this time, we now take a remark from Minister of Council, Minister of Internal Affairs.
Thank you.
Okay, Minister Vani Saleh.
Cabinet ministers on the Ministry of Youth and Sport, our proud sponsor, Orange Liberia, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the Folk Estate. If the team is commemorating 200 years of togetherness to sport, that team is so befitting for this year's country meet. 200 years of existence as a country. We all, including all of you here, Folk Estate, members of the Folk Estate, we have to now, as citizens of this country, think the way we want our country, Liberia, to go. Working with the governments, being supportive of the different policies, so Liberia can be great even after the celebration of 200 years of existence. What the Council Meet does for the counties, it helps to unite the people of the different counties because bringing the youth together, playing together, and merry-making together. And also providing short-term employment for those young people. So it is a very unique occasion that all Liberians of the 15 counties look up to when it's coming. So we want to say to Orange Liberia, thank you. We are very grateful for the partnership that been existing between us and Orange Liberia. We wish that it continues, but this is what I want to say to all Liberians again, that when we go on the field of play, we are going there to win, ultimately. But if you do not win, you have to stay warm. Because when you wore that jersey, you went on the field of play, it is reconciliation that you are forging. So no loser in this case. So there's no need for bitterness. We should use the country meet to unite us, not to further divide us. So I want to appeal to all of the citizens of the different counties as we come into these games. Yes, we want to be victorious. Yes, we want to get a trophy. But if you don't even receive trophy, or you don't get trophy, or maybe you don't even come out of the countries of the zone where you find yourself, you are still recognized as a country. So I just want to say to you, our ambassadors, the Folk Estate, that we will count on you for positive images, for positive promotion of this reconciliation big event that we are about to embark upon, especially so we're going to be in celebrating 200 years of existence as a nation. Thank you, Minister Wilson. The partnership with the Minister of Internal Affairs, we enjoy this partnership because it's based on mutual respect and collaboration between the two ministries, especially the deputies. We're all working with my team. We all are heading for success as our country celebrates 200 years of togetherness, especially this time around with sport. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Honorable Minister. We'll now open the floor for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and once you're recognized, call your name and institution you represent.
The question is very straight to.
Yeah, I'm Marcus Solomon. I work for Prime. Prime FM. My question has to do with the value attached to the sponsorship involving Orange and the Ministry of Youth and Sports for this year's edition of the county meet. The cost in terms of cents and dollars.
Well, I don't know why you keep asking the question. We have a 3-year agreement with Orange, and they rather over 40,000. In addition to other material that they gave us, I don't know the dollar value, but they gave us 40,000 every year for the last 3 years. This is the third year of our engagement.
Good. Julius.
Yes, I'm Julius Conton from Fortune Television. From the end of the government, Minister, I'd like to know the package for the counties in terms of preparations and to Orange Liberia. I did hear you say the tickets will be coming for the quarter, semi, and grand finals. Where are they coming from? Thank you.
All right, go first.
I go first. The tickets are printed.
With one of our partners that was given the previous tickets. They are based in Israel.
They are based in Israel, and they are coming with the plan.
Thank you.
Well, your question was in terms of dollar and cents preparation for counties.
Yes.
Well, the Ministry of Youth and Sports is not responsible for the preparation of counties. They do their own preparation. If you're asking what is the budget from the government for the county, well, it's $500,000 because we now have 5 disciplines we participating. We got volleyball, kickball, basketball, football, and athletics. So from this amount, each county will be receiving $21,000 United States.
Thank you.
Any other?
Follow up to that question about county preparation fund from the Ministry of Youth and Sport allotment. You care to tell us how soon the counties will receive that money? Because in time past, there has been a problem that county did not receive the money on time, and they have problems with preparation in kickstarting their own campaign.
So let me say this much. Counties in terms of preparation not fault the government. And I'm not aware of any county that raised an issue or be ill-prepared because the government did not give funding or give funding on time. What government gives to the counties, that's subsidy. The counties spend far more than what government gave them. So I don't think any county is sitting there and waiting for government to give up the subsidy before they prepare as we speak. Several counties are currently playing friendly matches to prepare their teams. Government are not giving them any money, but they are preparing. So that tells you that the counties are always prepared because they know that they spend far more than what government gives them. And what government gives them, like I said, not just subsidy for the counties.
Mr. Minister, we are in this COVID period. Many fans are concerned about their own involvement with the county meet. Will there be fans at the county meet? Like we saw Oilers game, there were no fans during the game with Orlando Pirates. So can you assure fans whether they will attend games or not?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, all of them did not have fans for the game because they did not request for fans. And for our country, the F program that come out did not bar spectators from going to any event. They only make sure that they told us that spectators must follow the health protocol and be sure that those protocols are followed.
Yeah. Mr. Minister, I'm Chahin Tume, I write for Front Page. My concern. Yeah. So the issue for my concern have to do with security. Security have been the issue as it relates to the content me, and more especially the encounter with journalists. And a couple of them last edition of the content me, we noticed that some of our comments have been brutalized and getting in a fight. How do you intend to control the security level? How do you intend to work with the security forces to see how best it can be very lenient and moderate? Or will you have a steward at the various entrance, or beside the security, do you have a steward there?
So I think my colleague is joint security member, so I think he goes on that security.
Okay, thank you. When it comes to security, it should concern all of us. Because security may come up with regulations, and if we don't follow those regulations, then of course, then we come into clash sometimes with security. But when we do not have the fourth estate in these places that we need to showcase the best thing we are doing, of course, we'll be doing ourselves injustice. So it is now, it brings us together, that is the organizer, and that of the journalists, the fourth estate, or even spectators that are coming to going to watch the game. So those regulations will come up, and my appeal will be that we follow the regulation strictly as laid and established, and then of course we shouldn't have a problem. Security will be there, and security should be there to identify people that are identifiable. But most of the time, what we can have problem with, if you are unidentifiable and then you want to bulldoze your way, for lack of better word, then of course you may come into clash with security people. But definitely security has to be there for the protection of spectators and also the journalists that will also be there. Because I think you are a little bit specific with journalists that will probably went into clashing with some security people. We should avoid those because we want to see how we can forge partnership. We want the best out of you, and we should give you the best out of you.
And just to add to what my colleague said, we had a meeting with our media team, our political committee that's chaired by the Labrador Broadcasting System. And one of the things we said that the process for members of the fourth estate without being accredited will be specific as to where you will be. Because there are times people in the past doesn't indicate, where as a journalist you are supposed to be in a certain area, probably these are some issues. We try to improve on the system every game. We know there have been some problems with journalists and the security forces. That is why we're trying to put in other mitigating measures to make sure that there will not be any clash with our journalists who have their job to do, as well as our security people also has their job. So we hope that collectively, that the police we can all ensure that though it's a good fund, can throw a little light on the security issue as well, because he has been liaising with the police and other people. So the way the department should get the throw feel like on that, so that the journalists can be assured.
Thank you, sir. We are in also discussion with SIGA Security Ghana to see how they can also help us in providing security at the stadium. We don't want to just depend on the Liberia National Police. Sometimes the Liberia National Police can be overwhelmed. We are in conversation with SIGA. Hopefully, SIGA will be there to buttress the effort of the Liberia National Police.
So, Mr. Minister,
Yes.
on the issue of security at the stadium, we noticed that even the national securities, they are at the field without accreditation. In the field, they should be there. What do you have to say about that? Journalists are accredited, they are on the field, but security are not accredited and they are still on the field.
Yeah, but sometimes our challenge is the police are uniformed. They are easily identified compared to a journalist who just have a microphone or a camera. If the uniform is on the police with a badge, you know that this is a policeman. You can easily identify him as compared to another person who is in the plain clothes just with a camera or a phone trying to take a photo.
Father of Orange Star.
Yes, you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Solomon Tobe and I'm going to report for Truth FM. Actually, I want to know the prices for the ticket, because you said the semi-final and then the final, there will be ticket, and you know that will be on sale, but then soon we know the prices of the ticket. And then the activity of this year academy will still be had in those lower county before coming to town.
Can I say something? Tickets.
Tickets.
So the price ticket,
the price ticket starts at $300 and go up to $25 for around VIP section.
Okay, the next question I was asking concerning about the activity of the economy.
Yeah,
Only the
that
final
question
and the semi-final will be had time here, right? And then the other activity as usual, every year. So I want to know.
Yes, that's what it is.
Okay.
We have 4 venues. We have Magibi, Green Jide, Sandy Kule, and Pombo. We are having preliminary games in all counties. On Saturday the 11th, there will be only one game in Magibi. And then on Sunday, all the venues will have games. So all the preliminary, they have the 4 venues. They have to come.
We take the last 3 questions. We go back to Annette.
Yes.
So my concern is particularly about the trophies. Whether the trophies, whether it be accompanied by cash prizes or just the trophies.
Well, we have started a tradition of awarding cash prizes, and we are hoping that our sponsors will come through so that we continue the tradition. Whoever wins the tournament, the runner-up, we will give them cash prizes as well as in other individual categories. So we are hoping that we continue that tradition this year.
Last question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one all the way.
Yeah, so my name is Mark S. Guardian, I report for D15 Radio. My question is specifically for the Internet Affairs Minister. Mr. Minister, we
understand that this is the National County Sport Meet, and some of our elders, our traditional people, they may want to watch the games. What mechanism have you put in place for them, those who want to go to the stadium specifically?
There's no restriction of participants or of how you call it, people wanting to watch the game. There's no restriction. You go to Tottenham, I'm come from Bobby. You go to Tottenham, purchase your ticket. If you're in a category of $300, you watch the game. You attend it, you go to the stadium and watch it. I don't know, you are speaking
in terms of seating capacity.
Sitting capacity?
Yeah, for the older folks.
Sitting capacity for the spectators are wanting to watch the game. And all of those have been put in place. So in the counties where the zone counties will be coming together to play. Yes. Yeah, we cannot organize a match in a county when there are no sitting capacity. That is going to be preposterous.
It appears to me that this generally has not been outside of Morocco.
No, but I'm concerned about. I'm so concerned about the older people because I said I'm concerned about the older folks because some of them they are in the counties and they may want to go and watch the game. They do not have the strength to be standing as compared to me.
Well, the issue here is under who is the FIFA, CAF, God knows that when football games are organized, they organize your spectator, you feel that age, they can watch the game or you can stand up. The game will be on radio, it will be on social media, you can watch it from there. But to ask her whether we carry special chair for people to eat.
No, those chairs.
But anyway, you watch the game. You can watch it on social media. You can listen to the radio. It will be live, and you can go on and feed yourself and watch the game.
Okay, thank you. That brings an end to the question and answer period. We'd like to say thank you to all of you for questions, and thanks to the panelists for.
So, folks, thanks for watching KMTV. This is how we come to an end of this live broadcast. Thanks, and goodbye for now.